Push the weight enough flex. Alive is more than the six. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, trains out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Was good. I'm on the road right now. 1 second. Hold on, let me see something. What's good, y'all? Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. Press 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Y'all can hear me. That's a good thing. Yeah, because I got the Bluetooth in and driving. I'm trying to get to this destination. Had a bit of things that I had to move around. So I said, you know what, in modern technology, I don't need to postpone the live. I just got to go live a little earlier. My apologies, because this is like last minute. Damn it. But I'm almost at my destination anyway. So we square, man. Salute to y'all. Can't really look at the chat right now. I see there's about 8 people in here. Been counting. I know I'm a little early. And I also want to have this conversation with this kid, Joseph. So I just wanted to get to where my destination is, and I'm going to figure out how to post the link, the StreamYard link, into the chat so Mr. Joseph can pull up and we can have a conversation like 2 adult men, and he can state his case. But salute to y'all. Normally I do the roll call. I can't do it right now because I'm driving. But I want to talk about, until this kid pulls up, I want to discuss my issues with this or that. Regardless of, you getting what you want out of this thing, the issue is what it means. And what it means is, quote unquote, Tank Davis being the face of boxing, if he ever was. I know he had a fan base and he went out to perform, because that's all it was, performance. It was a spectacle that no one with a boxing mind, after a while, we stopped appreciating it, especially when he didn't fight his contemporaries. Tank Davis has a responsibility to a sport that he's completely ignored. And he's selfish. He's very selfish. And I've come to terms with that. We were definitely wrong for looking for him to fight his contemporaries and make a statement as to why he's the face of boxing. So after I've come to terms with that, I just simply had to let him go. And he's gone. After this fight, allegedly, he's done. He's hanging it up. He's going to collect his $40 million. he's gonna get out the sport. And all I'm saying is, good, take your fans with you, because your fanatics were never really supporters of the sport anyway. They were supporters of you, and it's very important that we differentiate the two. For too long now, for way too long, true supporters of the sport get sidetracked by fanatics of fighters. It's disgusting. It's ridiculous. And it's an extreme waste of time. And all I want is fanatics. When that fighter goes away, go with him. Get out the way. Hopefully they venture into other forms of entertainment, acting, Broadway, singing, rapping, and you can continue to follow that person. But as it pertains to that quote unquote boxer being the face of the sport, no, you're in the way. I watch the sport to see who's going to test their mettle, or who wants to emerge to being the face of boxing, who cares about their resume, and understanding that the more you fight, the money will come, but you have to earn your place. And what y'all don't understand is, when I'm saying y'all, I'm talking about the fanatics. You gave daylight to guys like Turkey Al-Sheikh and Dana White. You gave daylight to those guys because they came in and gave us everything that we said we wanted, but the price is now Turkey's allowing Dana White to start a new boxing league, and they want to do away with the Muhammad Ali Act. This is the result of the fanatics. This is the direct result of it. And that's a playground that is only beneficial for guys like, like Dana White, of course, guys like Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren and Bob Arum, and, that gives daylight to, we're going to go back to the old days, man. And what's crazy is the young kids don't even know about the old days, but all they know is chrome hearts and tattoos. A lot of you kids thought Tank was standing on business when he told Turkey Al-Sheikh, give me 2 Ferraris instead of 25 million or 50 million, whatever he was offering him at that time to fight Devin Haney, which was his highest payday. And y'all bigged him up and say, yeah, Tank, you stood on business. Well, what are you saying now? Get that money with Jake Paul, 40 million. Okay. Jake Paul is signing that check. So you're not going to, quote unquote, y'all talked about, oh, he's not bending the knee. I didn't know that these fighters were bending the knee to Turkey Al-Sheikh. I thought they were over there, they're prize fighters, right? I thought they were getting their money. So why is it okay for Tank to, quote unquote, get his money? Look at this asshole. Why is it okay for Tank Davis to go get his money, but all those guys fighting on Riyadh season, it's not okay for them to get their money? You guys are living, walking contradictions. You guys are living, walking contradictions. And I just need you, and shout out to 4-ounce Sniper, man. Salute to you in that Patreon. Thank you so much, brother. I got some content I'm putting together today. You guys just really need to go away. And there's been a misunderstanding. I'm very clear about why I don't deal with Tank. I'm explaining it right now. I get pissed off when Tank Davis fans try to engage with me in an educated conversation about why I should support this kid. And I'm telling you, I did it to the point where I couldn't do it. The same thing with Canelo Alvarez. I supported him till I couldn't support him. How much was I supposed to take? How much was I supposed to deal with? George in the building. Salute, George. Salute. Yeah. How much of my and George will tell you, go subscribe to One Round with George. He knows. Former HBO executive. He knows. Employee. He knows. Argue with him. I dare you. I dare you. Let me put something in your ear. And a lot of you won't even, you're not going to like this. You know why you won't go over to George's channel and argue with him? It's deeper than him being immersed into the business. To a degree, he was immersed into it more than I was. To a degree. You know why you won't do it? Because George is white. Yeah, I said it. You go to his channel, and his complexion will intimidate you. But George knows exactly what the freak I know. He knows exactly what I know. We're in alignment as far as this is concerned, and this whole thing of boxing. But you come over here, y'all come over here and fuss with me because it's comfortable for you. You won't do it to him. You won't do it to Paulie Malignaggi. And y'all know I don't like Paulie. But as it pertains to Tank Davis, he said the same thing I said. But y'all come over here and fuss with me and fight with me and try and get my address and I'll pull up and all this other N-word bullcrap. Y'all ain't got no smoke for everybody else. You guys are pathetic. You guys are pathetic. Stormy, Coach, Mr. Shelton, salute. I see y'all. I'm driving. I'm about to pull over in a minute. I had to get my day started early. Look at that. Nassau County Highway Patrol. These guys don't play out here. Yeah, they different. It's not NYPD. Anyway, Steve L, salute. Yeah, I need I'm about to pull over. I need this kid Joseph because you know I'm on early. I'm about to pull over. I'm gonna give Joseph about maybe an hour and some change of time. Now, Joseph, this is your time to shine. You know, he probably just pulls up like around 9:45. He's I think he did not subscribe to Bear Cave, but that's where he's been. But he had enough time to do research on me and who I am. And I want him to back up everything he had to say about me. Give him an opportunity to speak. We're gonna have a conversation. Yeah, but the hell is that? Y'all hear that? Damn, that sound like a nuclear bomber. Sound like a nuclear bomber alarm. But anyway. Yeah, y'all hear that? That's crazy. Condo, my brother, salute. Hold on, I'm about to park. Man. Anyway. Yeah. Stupid ass lot. Okay. All right. G. Kelly, salute. Oh, man. Hurts to turn this damn wheel, boy. I tell you. All right, I'm parked. All right, cool. So, what I need y'all to understand is It was a building process, man. My demeanor towards Tank Davis is completely justified, and it was a building process. See, most of you clowns, you say, that, like for example, when I asked that guy, I ain't gonna say his name. I said, why do you think I don't deal with Tank? His response was, because you a Haney fan. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. It goes to show me, it goes to show you that, and salute Mook. Salute Mook in that super chat. Much love, man. Go subscribe to my brother Mook Styles, man. Yes, sir. Jersey in the building. He says the background is funny as hell. Hey, man. AI is something different, right? Yes, sir. Yeah, man. The thing is, these cats will hear your position, Del Riv, salute, and they think they know you as a person. They think they know you as a supporter of the sport. And when he said that to me, I said, wow, this dude doesn't know me. He doesn't know me like he thinks he knows me. And it was obvious. It was obvious. I was like, what are you talking about, bruh? What you mean? My stance on Tank ain't got nothing to do with Devin Haney. Know what I'm saying? Like, for example, I just said, I don't, y'all know I don't deal with Paulie Malignaggi. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. But when it comes down to the reality of Tank Davis' career, our ideology is in alignment. That's just boxing. I'll give you another example. Once upon a time, Sergey Kovalev was the man to beat at 175. He was the king of the light heavyweight division, the crusher. Does that mean I like him? No. The dude's a racist. The dude's a racist. The dude's a woman beater. The dude's a drunk. But once upon a time, he was the king of 175. You think I like watching Bernard Hopkins get beaten and battered all around that ring? I didn't like it. From him? Not from him? Oh, Drew, because you're racist. No. I enjoyed Joe Smith. Shout out to Long Island. I'm in Long Island right now. Shout out to Joe Smith putting the beats on Bernard. Said Bernard skydiving. He was like, oh, oh. Right? Shout out to Joe Smith. I enjoyed that. The Kovalev shit I didn't enjoy. I ain't like that. But it was the truth. Sergey Kovalev was the king at 175 at that time. And it was painful for me to admit that. But it was a reality. Y'all want some more painful truth? I'll give it to you. You think I like watching Deontay get knocked out by Zhilei Zhang? You think I like that? Hell no. I was annoyed. I was annoyed. But what this is boxing, right? Did it happen? Do I hate Chinese people? Do I hate Zhilei Zhang? No. Zhilei did what he was supposed to do. It's boxing, y'all. It's boxing. I was frustrated. I called Tay Jones. Tay Jones was out there. I called him. I gave it about 2 hours. I called him. He said he'd call me back. Man, Brother Tay was so upset, man. He was in tears, man. Because D's not only his stablemate, but that's the godfather of his kids. So that hit different. The brother was like, it upset me listening to him. It did, man. But we never went on some hate campaign for Zilly Zahn. No, Zilly did his thing. He did his thing. It is what it is. It's boxing, y'all. These what these gladiators sign up for. They sign up for that. Watch this. When Zilly Zahn got into the ring with Adjit Cabiel, I wasn't super Adjit Cabiel, like, oh yeah, get him. Get him for D. Nah, that's corny, man. No. I said, hey man, let's see what happens. And I said, oh man, look at that. I don't have no animosity. I tried to get Zilly Zahn on the show because I think he was training in Jersey at one point. Ain't no hate. Jalen Hudson, John Mike, salute. MJ Total Health, what up? Yeah, man, it's boxing. If we can keep it boxing, this would be a wonderful thing. It's okay to have a favorite fighter, but if you're not keeping it a stack with that fighter, I got a problem with that. Cell block, salute. If you can't keep it a stack with the fighter that you're supporting, yeah, he was training Elizabeth. Yeah, I knew it was somewhere there. Trick Nolte was trying to get a hold of him. We still may. Who knows? I ain't got no beef with Zhang, man. He just did his thing. Some of you people are just like ridiculously petty. Ridiculously petty. Your fighter lose, and you're rooting for the fighter that's fighting the guy that beat your guy. I mean, look, man. All right. Oh, Shelton, I don't know. He tries, but maybe we get a translator or something. But I know he tries. But I ain't got no problem with Zhang. I ain't got no problem with Zhang. It is what it is. But when people say, "Oh, hey, you cool with Bill," that's why you don't like Tank. They ain't got nothing to do with it. They ain't got nothing to do with it. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. I could not have known Bill and still come to this conclusion. A lot of you don't know that I was a Canelo supporter, a strong one. A strong one. A lot of y'all don't know that. Y'all don't know that. And I supported that man until I couldn't support him anymore. How much, Andrew 100, salute. How much was I supposed to overlook? The drug cheating and everything else. How much was I supposed to overlook? You tell me. Thank you, Mr. Shelton. See, many don't know that. Me and Bill's first interaction wasn't too friendly at first. It was straight beef. The cats weren't here for that. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, Gerald. Yeah, Joseph Parker lost. He lost. Yep. But when I watched the work and I had to settle down and see things from a different perspective, and then you add in that he's well, I ain't gonna say he's a single father. I don't know anything about the structure, the makeup of the household, respectfully. But I see a black father doing this for his kids. And I'm watching Devin Haney's work and what he's trying to do. And when you look at those things, you're like, man, how could you not support this? Now, if reverse the roles and Devin was doing what Tank was doing as far as career was concerned, I don't know. More than likely, me and Bill will be arguing every day. I'd be like, Bill, man, there's 15 people you ain't fight. There 35. What's going on, Bill? I'd be asking them. Hold on. Still trying to, hold on. Mook in that super chat, so I'm trying to figure out how to, damn. I'm sorry, I'm using StreamYard from my phone. I can't put the super chat on the screen for everyone to see. My brother Mook Styles back in that super chat. Salute to you, brother. He says Zhang was 285 and Wilder was 225. I don't understand heavyweight boxing, bro. Well, they were flirting with two things that I remember. They were flirting with a bridgerweight, and then they were flirting with a super heavyweight division. I know Emmanuel Stewart was really big on that. He wanted a super heavyweight division, and I know the WBC wanted to make a bridgerweight. That I remember. It just went away. I remember the bridgerweight. I did a video on that with bridgerweight. There was some Asian dude with a WBC bridgerweight title, and they were trying to. Derek Gaines, salute. Yeah, I feel a little better today. Thank you. There was a Japanese dude or Korean dude had a WBC strap, and you got to go in my archives, and I forgot what's going on. Mac of the South, salute. But they were trying to, that bridgerweight situation, they were clearly trying to make that Deontay Wilder situation division, because it's a little heavier than cruiserweight, but it was not quite heavyweight. And then I remember Emmanuel Stewart wanting a super heavyweight division. I don't know what weight that would be. Maybe, I don't know, 230 and above. I don't know. But because the athletes did get bigger. Y'all remember Nikolai Valuev out of Russia? That dude was 7 feet tall, like 300 pounds, but he wasn't a fat guy. And he was kind of light on his feet, not for nothing. He was kind of light on his feet. He wasn't like clunky and robotic, but he was 7 feet tall. He fought David Haye, and he fought Evander Holyfield too. Shelton says the bridgerweight was officially made. I think they were trying to, entice Deontay to go there, because Deontay, although he has a big punch, he's never outweighed any of his opponents. He's been taller than some of them, but he's never outweighed them. You know what I mean? And he punched hard. I remember when Deontay mentioned, he said, man, I can't, unify these titles, become undisputed. I might as well go down to cruiserweight. Y'all remember that? And people went crazy. Oh, he's trying to go bully smaller guys. I'm like, oh, well, he gets on a goddamn scale, he'd be like 215 pounds. And then during the fight, you're breaking out all this sweat, you're losing weight. I want motherfuckers to weigh in after the fight. You'll lose like 10 pounds in the fight. I'm doing what up? Yeah, so I think that there's much to be said about that. There's much to be said about that. Let me see something. I'm trying to figure out how, if I wanted to post the link from my phone into the chat, how do I do that? Let me see. Destination title. No. Damn. Let me see something. Wait a minute. Ah, okay, I figured it out. I figured it out. Okay. I figured it out. So I want to be ready for it. Yeah, he was 208 pounds when he knocked Fury out in the first fight. When Fury had that 12 count and help up off the floor. Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! 1, 2, are you awake? 3, wake up! 3, are you all right? 3, 4, 5, wake up, walk here, walk here, walk here. Give me 5 jumping jacks. Walk the straight line. Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Okay. Stormy said he gave him CPR. He damn it, man. And he knocked him out in the third fight, too. Oh, my God. I was there. He knocked him out in the third fight. I was there. I was like, what the fuck is this ref doing? But if y'all remember, MXC, salute, 704 Joe, salute. If y'all remember, that referee never, ever, ever officiated. Unique Dawn, salute. Yeah, he did the fucking hokey pokey. That referee never, ever officiated a heavyweight championship bout, right? That's number 1. And number 2, look up Abner Maris versus Joseph Ebeko. That's the referee that officiated that fight. Just look up the first fight between Abner Maris and Joseph Ebeko, and it'll all make sense. Look it up. HMC, salute. Todd Swindle, salute. Just look it up. Joseph Ebeko probably can't have children right now. And that referee was also suspended for that. He was reprimanded. He was definitely reprimanded. And that's another thing, 88. 4 days prior to the main event, they changed the ref. I called Tay Jones. I said, bro, you know they changed the ref. He said, nah, I didn't know that. I said, yo, the problem is who they changed it to. It was supposed to be this guy named Ortega. They moved him down to the co-main, which was F.A. Jagba versus Frank Sanchez. Freedom's March, salute. They moved it down to F.A. Jagba versus Frankie Sanchez, right? And when they did that, they moved this asshole up to the main event. And I'm like, why they doing that? And I said, why this ref's name? It escapes me right now, but his name sounds familiar. I said, wait a minute, why do I know that name? So I did a little Google search and I said, oh, this the dude from the Agbeko fight? WBA, right? I said, oh, wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. I told Tay said, man, he got the go in 4. And I'll be damned. D had him in 4. Go peep that count. In mid-count, Deontay was walking to a corner. This motherfucker did the do-si-do, swung him to the other corner, and proceeded with the slow count. That whole time he do-si-do'd Deontay, and he do-si-do'd him, sent him to a corner, stopped the count, and then sent him to another corner. That was a 10 count, man. D knocked that man out, man. That was some bullshit. I'm in the rafters like, yo, count, what the fuck? Yo, I went crazy. They robbed that brother. But I know, Joseph. I don't stand up for black people though, right? Yeah, Shelton, he said 6 2 times. I heard, bro. Yeah, Stormy, he resumed the count where he stopped. Now, what I didn't hear, Mora, that's his name. Now, what I didn't hear, I didn't hear this till I got home. The telecast, Andre Ward, Masamusa salute. Andre Ward says that was an extremely slow count. And then you hear Lennox Lewis agreeing, saying, yeah, he's supposed to pick up the count from the guy at the table, and then Lennox stopped talking. Sort of like someone said, Lennox, stop. Like gave him the cut-though sign, like stop. I was like, yo. Yeah, Freedom's March, some kid named Joseph said, I don't, it's strange how I don't stand up for black folks. Something, I was talking about Tank. And he has something to say about Snack and Devin's rehydration. So, Joseph, it's now 9:35. You said you don't duck no smoke. I'm not at home right now, but you got about maybe 40 minutes because I got something to do. Let me know when you're in the chat. I'll drop the link. We can have this conversation. I got things to do. So, don't keep me waiting. And if you don't show up today, don't worry. I'm calling you out tomorrow. Because I get a little pissed off when people question my blackness. Not a little pissed off. I get a lot pissed. I get a lot pissed off, especially from 27-year-olds that are Tupac fans. And they don't even know why they're Tupac fans. Freedom's March. Just go back to the live from yesterday. I highlighted all of his comments. It was some grade A nonsense. He said, this is why your generation will never achieve what did he say? Will never achieve what Tupac achieved. Tupac is my generation. What are you talking about? You ain't never seen me bounce around on stage in Speedos, Tiger Stripe Speedos. You ain't never seen me walking around the street talking about thug life. You ain't never seen me get murdered over some nonsense. Him and Biggie are dead over nonsense. And I'm sorry I can't highlight the super chats. I don't know how to do it on StreamYard on my phone. But Freedom's March in that super chat, he says, Tank at black, period. Time to let Mellow Yellow go, Drew Titan voice. Exactly. He ain't black. Exactly, Stormy. How do you want it? There's a lot of things about a lot of these rappers and singers that people are afraid to say. I'll say it. I'll say it. Tupac died before he was 30. Can I ask y'all a question? What did he die for? He's a martyr for what? Now he dead and they giving college classes and calling him some sort of poet? No, he wasn't. His mom was the revolutionary. Everything that he said, how we're supposed to behave as black people, we've been saying it. His mom was saying it. And guess what? That dear mama shit, he found out that his pop wasn't really dead. Y'all know that? His mom lied to him. His mom lied to him. BVO, what up? His mom lied to him. Y'all know that? Hold on a minute. Do y'all know that? Imagine your mama telling you, yo, your daddy dead. Your daddy dead. Don't worry about him, he dead. And then when he got shot, was in a hospital, he said some nigga showed up that looked just like me, but older. Mama, who this? That's your daddy. JR Boxer, salute. AM collecting data. Yeah, bro, that's a true story. Because Pop told the story. And it's not AI. He told that story way before AI. How about that? Let me find out Pop was raised by a modern woman. We celebrate his mom and all this other stuff. Okay, well, fine. Why she do that to him with his daddy? Because your relationship didn't work out with his daddy. You kept that child the full term, and then when that child gets older, starts asking for his father, you say he dead? Please don't talk to me about Tupac. Don't do that. Him and Big are dead over nonsense. Nigga nonsense. What happened to, yo, I'm black and bliggity black and don't kill your brother and Brenda had a baby. And you did a whole diss video saying that Biggie tried to have you killed. Both these niggas is in the grave over nonsense, over nonsense. Over nonsense. And now we celebrate them as goats? Nah, I'll pass. I'm disgusted with their behavior. That's the reality. Motherfuckers want to come for me. When I say, hey, man, I wasn't a Pac fan at all. What? Oh, what? Yeah, what? You want to talk about Pac? I dare you. I dare you. Because I was here for all of it. I was here for all of it. The East Coast, West Coast thing. I watched the Source Awards. When Suge did that, I said, oh, shit, here we go. I watched it. Bro. Nigga, I was there. I was there when Sticky shot that gun off, when he did Throw Your Guns, when he bust that gun. I was there. I said, that shit real? This nigga bugging. What is he doing? But I get 27-year-olds trying to tell me what it was when I lived through the era, when I was around some of those niggas, literally around some of them niggas. I wasn't around Pac. I can't say I was around him. But some of those cats I was around. Exactly. How do you want it? Y'all have no idea about this music industry. This shit with Diddy, man, y'all late. Y'all are late. When I was coming back to the block, and Shorty's like, oh, what was so-and-so like? What was so-and-so like? I'm like, yo, look, y'all ain't gonna like what I have to say, because it threw me off. What are you talking about? Oh, what's this guy like? Oh, he was yo, yeah, all right. Your favorite rapper might be gay. Oh my God, you just jealous. The term jealous was around because the term hater wasn't around yet. That term hate is relatively new to me. That term hate is like what? A little over a decade old? Oh, you fronting, man. You just don't like this dude. No, okay. This is how y'all checks catch AIDS and everything. This dude's only gonna smash those buns because he has a reputation to keep, but when he goes home and lay up with his loved one, it's another man. Shaquille, salute. It's ridiculous. They want to make statues of these cats. It's similar to, in my city, in Manhattan, right? They got a lot of war heroes. They got statues of war heroes all around this nation, right? And then you find out upon further research, these clowns had slaves. They were grapists, and they were racist and murderous. And I'm like, well, why the hell does this guy have a statue here? And then when we start ripping down these statues, didn't white supremacists show up to these statues dressed up in Civil War garb? You remember that, Mr. Shelton? We started removing these statues all around the nation. Like, wait a minute, this guy was a racist. This guy wasn't no war hero. They were like, all right, take the statues down. And all of a sudden, these crackers that were in their 20s, going down. I watched this cracker in his 20s He was a young kid. He dressed up in a Civil War war outfit to this statue and saluted it and was just standing there. It's on video. I said, yo, what is this? But you know what I know? And it's a testament to you knuckle draggers. And I want you to pay attention. That 20-year-old kid, he quietly knew his history. And he knew the significance of that statue. He knew its significance, and as long as it was up, he knew that his history was intact. And that's the truth. That's the truth. And when America decided to adhere to the truth and remove the statues, he came out in full garb to let you know, this is what I represent, this is my history, and this is the country, this is the great America that I wanted to be back to because of what this guy means. You understand? JB, exactly. Jerry Jones caught at that rally. He was like 12. Nigga, you knew exactly where you was. It wasn't no mistake. He was outside. Now, to you knuckle draggers, all I'm saying is recognize who your heroes are and why you root for them. That's all I'm saying. Because they could paint a picture about your hero and give you a bunch of false information. Joseph, where are you? I got shit to do. I'm trying to drop you a link. Jeff Spark, my brother, salute. I get frustrated when he start talking about Tupac. Like, yo, come on, man, stop. Stop. This guy's not a martyr. He was a rapper that had a change of heart. That's it. That's all he was. And he died over stupid stuff. And Biggie died over stupid stuff. The only person in hip hop that I can recall right now off the top of my head that had an accidental death that was like heartbreaking was Trouble T. Roy. And he wasn't even a rapper. He was a dancer for Heavy D. I wasn't there, but I remember the night he lost his life. He was dancing on some elevated platform and he fell. And I remember when they stopped the radio, they stopped whatever song, and it was breaking news. Trouble T. Roy passed away. I said, oh shit, what happened? He fell off of some elevated platform, I think while dancing, and he fell to his death. Yes, he's a Scott LaRock. Again, Scott LaRock died over some bullshit. Scott LaRock died trying to squash beef between some guy and his younger brother, from what I remember. Shout out to Kingsbridge and Jerome Avenue. That's Scott LaRock Boulevard. Kingsbridge and Jerome Avenue. That wasn't even Scott LaRock's beef. That was his brother's, from what I heard. And he went over to see homie and tried to like squash it, and dude shot him. And that's what set KRS-One on the right path. He started talking about black on black crime, knowledge yourself. We shouldn't be doing this to ourselves. Because KRS-One wasn't on that until after Scott got killed. See, y'all don't know what you don't know. I was here for it. I was here for all of it. I can give you lessons of hip hop. I'm not gonna have no 27-year-old talking about I'm a Pac fan. Huh? Why? Yeah, he made some positive shit. But what triggered that? Don't tell me you positive and you still riding around with Suge Knight. You positive, you stopping everything. You dead in everything. You stopping all of your associations. The man had a fight in a goddamn casino before when I went to Vegas and I was taken from the airport. The driver, the Uber driver said, yo, you want to go by the intersection where Pac got shot? I said, sure. He took me right by it. He said, yeah, he was shot here. And then we drove back up to the intersection where him and Suge pulled over or crashed or whatever. He said, yeah, and they stopped right here on that, right there. And I said, oh, shit, it happened right. He said, yeah, it's right here. Yes. It's nonsense. Thank you, Delano. Salute to you, brother. I had some 27-year-old child talking to me all Tupac. The man was bouncing around on stage with a flamingo bikini brief on. I don't care if he was a roadie for Digital Underground or not. I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not doing that. And you got to watch all these dudes that feel the need to run around and talk about how much hoes they got. That's a cover-up. Y'all don't know what you don't know. Now, if you're resistant towards what I'm telling you, that's one thing. But if you're asking for information, that's something else. Then we could chop it up. Because I'm not going to argue with anybody. I was here for that. Pop died before he was born. Oh, yeah, Rod, you sure able where it was? Yeah, yep. That shit was crazy. He got into a fight at the Flamingo. They left. They went to this one intersection. Dudes emptied on them, and then they drove to an intersection. I saw both spots. Oh, absolutely, BVO. I didn't know Big Pun, but I did security for him on more than one occasion. The last time I did security for Pun was at the Key. It was a roller rink in the Bronx. We had to help him onto the stage, and there were like these big fixtures in the middle of the rink for people to sit down on. We put one of those fixtures onto the stage because in between every verse he had to sit down because, you know, he was obese. He was obese. You know who was there that night? What's his name? That was also murdered. Him and that white boy from the Steve Harvey show. What's his name? He was there that night. He was there with the white kid from the Steve Harvey show. What's the name of homie? He was from the Bronx. He got murdered. He was Latin, but he looked black. Oh man, what's his name? Romeo. Yes, he was there. There was a bunch of like girls outside, right? And him and the white homie, they almost walked outside. I said, oh shit. I said, yo, chill. I said, ain't nothing but girls out there. I said, you about to get swarmed. He looked, he said, oh shit. I said, nah, no, Merlin Santana, that's him. Merlin Santana, he was there. They almost walked into it. There was a back door, and all the girls were there. Now, mind you, this was not the social media era. They were out there with pens and pads and disposable cameras. They wanted autographs, and he almost walked into a swarm. I said, whoa, chill. He said, oh, man, we got to go, man. I said, yo, hold on, man. I said, yo, look, there's a bunch of girls outside. Look at that. And I forgot the white homie name, but he looked. He said, oh, shit. I said, nah, they about to fucking swarm you, homie. I said, don't go out this door. I said, go around the front. So it was Pun. It was Sporty Thieves. Y'all remember Sporty Thieves? They did Pigeons, the rival song to Scrubs. Sporty Thieves, Pun, and some other cats that had some shit on the radio out here from Terror Squad. And that kid, Merlin Santana, and the white kid from the Steve Harvey show were there. So I did work with Pun a couple of times. Man, Pun lyrically was nice as hell, man. I ain't hear about Pun getting shot, stabbed, or, you know, he talked a lot of gangster stuff, but you can't confirm all of it. Shout out to his son, Chris Rivers. Chris Rivers is nice. met his son. But that was the last time I worked with Punt. That was at the Key. Damn, that was, oh my God, that was, oh shit. What was that, 97, 98? Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, that was the late 90s, y'all. 97. When did Pigeons come out? That was around 97, right? Okay. Told you. So I'd be remiss if I let a 27-year-old try to tell me about Tupac. Now, another thing is, the young homie said, and I'm still being respectful to Joseph. I want Joseph to pull up. Another thing is, he said his dad, he became a Pac fan because of his dad. And I say this respectfully to his dad. What part of Tupac, what version of Tupac was your dad a fan of? Was it Thug Life? Or that peaceful pro-black Tupac? Peaceful pro-black Tupac, but still wanted to stall off on Biggie. True Boxing Night, salute. Yeah, Stormy, right? Said Pigeons was 99. Yeah, that definitely was 99, because you know why? That was maybe a year and some change before I started working for the city. So it was definitely around 99. Yeah. But if you can't tell me anything about the person you're a fanatic of, whether it be Tupac or Tank, then I really don't care to speak to you, bro. This is an education. This is an education. Ain't nobody gangbanging over no boxes here. I say it again. Ain't nobody gangbanging over no boxes over here. Get in that ring, lace them up, because you said you wanted to be a fighter. So once you step into the sport that I hold dear to my heart, I want to see you prove that you're the best. Kawhi Elliott, salute. How do you do that? Perform. There's belts. Now there's 4 of them. 4 of them that mean something. Go get those. Then if you get them, defend them. Leave no doubt that you're the best. Give me something to talk about. If the business is getting in your way, social media has given the fans a voice where these fighters didn't have a voice before. So not only before they would just run around screaming and hollering and nobody was listening. But now you got supporters that could watch the rankings, and actually the supporters sometimes will know more than the goddamn the fighters. We know the rankings. We know what fights are bullshit. How this guy's ranked number 10, how'd he get there? How he's getting a title shot. Oh, this is Oscar De La Hoya's father's cousin, sister's brother's uncle's roommate. That's how this motherfucker got a shot. And we could put things like that on blast. We could speak on the fighter's behalf, where back in the day, we had to listen to guys like Steve Kim and Dan Raphael and take their word as their bond. And once social media came about and people started airing out this stuff and saying, oh no, I know this fighter. This is not what happened. Then they got mad at us, didn't they? Tay-Tay, good morning. My biu-biu. Then they got mad at us, didn't they? We started exposing their ass. Didn't they get mad? Like, why you mad? Why you mad? Fighters start reaching out to YouTubers Hey, man, I appreciate that piece you did on me. Now they mad. Deontay Wilder didn't want to talk to nobody. Know who he talked to? 78 Sports TV. They dragged him for not wanting to talk to anybody because every time he said something, they bended and twisted it. Every time. Every time. So he says, you know what? I'm just going to stop talking. They had to go to 78. They had to quote 78 Sports TV in these articles on goddamn boxing scene. Pray for Crazy. Salute. Oh, yeah, Stormy, let me get that for you. I know I got my slides here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. One more time. They were angry. They were angry. Joseph, you legit have 20 minutes. Man, you know what? I ain't gonna play with this kid. He ain't showing up. I literally have a 10:30 appointment and I can't be late for it, but I'm outside this building. But you'll have another chance, Joseph, tomorrow. Being that you didn't show up today, the live will be dedicated to you tomorrow. Okay? The live will be dedicated to you tomorrow. Live will be dedicated to you tomorrow. Oh no, Thomas, he can't. I feel you. He's not. You see, I'm going to give him a chance. I'm going to give him a chance to have a discussion. He made some allegations towards me, and I know what it is. You see, he's making these allegations out of anger. So I understand him, and you got to be patient with the young people, especially with young black men. You got to be patient with them. See, I don't want to chase him off. I want to give him an education if he's willing to receive it. But right now, more than likely, he's probably watching. And he's probably angry right now because he doesn't want to listen to understand. He just wants to hear to respond. And what he's not going to get here is a what you call a cock measurement contest. I'm not going to get up here and roast you. I don't need to. We're going to stick to the facts. You made some allegations towards me, Joseph. I want to address every last one of them. Then you made some allegations towards Devin Haney. I wanted to get your thoughts on that, and I wanted to address that. You can be entitled to your own opinion, but you're not entitled to the facts. Oh, I got questions. See, Joseph thought I was going to forget about him. And I was just going to be talking about this show, and he would come up saying, yo, but Joseph said yesterday, I don't duck no smoke. See, yesterday, Joseph, you was working. I gave you that. It's now 10:03. And I must admit, I have to get off of here in about maybe 18 minutes. Right? I do have to go. But I've been online since 9 a.m. Since 9 a.m. I've been online. Okay? BFTB, right on time. Salute to you, good brother. So I gave you some, yo, BF. I got some cat I'm supposed to have a conversation with, still talking about Devin is a weight bully. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Copper, salute. Don't say anything. But dude told me yesterday I'm going to pull up tomorrow. I don't duck no smoke. Okay? I've been online since 9 a.m. I'm on the road right now. I have an appointment. I got things to do. I'm getting off of here at like 10:20. It's 10:04 right now. The kid said, I don't duck no smoke. Well, I'm here for the smoke. I want to have a conversation. The first thing I wanted to do was address what you said about me. You said, of course, when I'm talking about Tank, of course, I don't support black people. I talk negative about black people. Of course. They always go there. Let's go there. So I wanted to address that. Because that's a personal attack on me. So I want to address that. And, get some clarification on what he said. In order to say that that I'm like that towards black people, you must watch my content. So if you can find the content when I'm not supporting black people, you should also be able to see the content when I supported black people. The reality is it's not black people. It's he don't like what I have to say about Tank Davis, which is fine. You don't have to like it, but then my next question is, where's the lie? It's funny how cats never come on here and say, yo, you be lying on Tank. They never say that. I see it in BF's chat. I see it in my chat. I see it in Blue Blood's chat. Oh, you hate on Tank. You hate Tank. This dude hates Tank. Well, okay, you want to put that coat on me? I'll squeeze into it. If hating is holding someone accountable, then I guess I hate Tank. And that's how we got here. That's how we got here. My brother Ack in the building. Salute. Mr. Tiptoe, salute. Main Biker, salute. Now I know what's going to happen. He's going to pull up. I told you I'm getting off here like around 10:20, right? He's going to pull up. Now there's no time for us to indulge and have a conversation. There's no time now. He's going to pull up in a little while saying, yo, look, I'm here. Yeah, bro, nah. No. But I'll tell you this, Joseph. You pull up right when I'm about to get off this live, I'll go live again specifically for you today. See, this is smoke that I actually want. See, Tank Davis fans, a lot of y'all are idiots, and I can ignore y'all, or I'll just tolerate y'all because I ain't gonna lie. It makes for good comedy for me. It makes for good views for me. Because a lot of it is ridiculous. A majority of y'all, not all, but a majority of y'all don't make any sense. Right? But I'll be remiss if there's a 27-year-old Tupac fan telling me that I don't support black people. I'm not going to tolerate that. And you're saying that to degrade me in defense of Tank Davis, whom, I might add, doesn't like you. Let's not leave that part out. This man doesn't like you. So with that being said, Tank versus Jake Paul, this or that. Let me just tell you my stance on this. If he goes in there and knocks Jake Paul out, y'all ready? This does nothing for boxing. And I know Tank Davis fans don't care about boxing. Y'all just care about him. That's why I need y'all to get the fuck away from me. Because I'm talking boxing. Let me ask y'all a question. He knocks out Jake Paul in the first round. What does that mean? Because you know what I'm going to say, right? Is he fighting Shakur next? That's what I want to know. Is he fighting his contemporary next? That's what I want to know. Is he?
I can't.
I ain't even gonna hold you. When I put Ric Flair up there, I started laughing for 20 fucking minutes, man. I ain't even gonna hold you. When I put Ric Flair up there, I was dying. Like, yo, what the Tank versus Jigglypuff from Pokemon. Y'all pay for it. Where does it end? And I did this before the Lamar Roach fight. And I said, I bet these motherfuckers will pay for anything Tank put out. And I'll be damned, y'all about to pay for Jake Paul? Okay. Y'all paying for Jake Paul? Now, he knocks out Jake Paul. What does that mean, y'all? Nothing. Is he fighting Shakur next? No, he's retiring. So instead of me getting on here and cussing him out and saying, hey, man, F this dude and mother F this and F this guy and he ain't ish. Look, how about this? We know that already. I've made peace with it. You know what I want from Tank right now? Now watch this. I want him to make his $40 million. Be happy. Go take care of those babies. Get your therapy. And I hope you've gotten the biggest bang for your buck out of the sport of boxing. And move on, bruh. If you're not going to do right by the sport, which is becoming the best, solidifying your place in the history of the sport, being undisputed or at least trying to test your mettle against a contemporary, because I've never seen Tank in a 50-50 fight. And there's a bunch of them out there. I just put up 15 faces the other week. And I left 3 off of there. 3. If he don't want to do that, it's fine. Get the hell out the sport. Your fans are going to follow you anyway. I'm talking about boxing here. Tank fans are talking about chrome hearts, tattoos, and hair grease. We ain't the same. And that's okay. Just get out my way, bro. But don't come up here talking about why I'm hating on a brother for getting his money. Why are you celebrating money that he's getting and not the progression of the sport? Because I'm not on his payroll. And then what do y'all say when we talk about Devin Haney? About what he's doing, what he's trying to do? Oh, you on Bill's payroll, huh? So let me get this straight. I talk up Devin, I got to be on Bill's payroll. You talk up Tank, not one time did I say you on his payroll. I just say you're a fucking idiot. So if you could promote for free, why can't I promote for free? I'm promoting because I like what DHP is doing. You promote Tank because you like how he looks. You guys are gay, man. My bad, I done turned up the music, my bad. This y'all right here, though. Hey, Joseph, you know I want that smoke, right? You know I want that smoke, right? I'm going to put that same clip and put the Tupac song, How Do You Want It, behind that. Just pick. Oh, my God, you coon. Bert, what up, Bert? Oh, my God. You coon. You coon. I know your daddy. You said your daddy. So you got a daddy in life. Salute to that. But hold on now. What was the quality of your daddy? Because you know what? My daddy wouldn't allow me to listen to any Tupac if I was your age. I promise you he wouldn't. I promise you he wouldn't. I come from an era where they censored what we listened to in the house. That's a great live to have, Copper. You know what? I'm going to have an open panel for that one. Will Tank be in the Hall of Fame? I know the answer, but I'm going to love to hear. That's going to be an open link. I want to hear every Tank fan come in there because you know what they're going to do, Copper? You ready for this? They're going to come in and shit on the Hall of Fame. They're going to treat the Hall of Fame like the Hall of Fame is the problem and not Tank. That's what they're going to do. I might do that Friday. Now, I'm going to tell you, Tank, he shouldn't be anywhere near the Hall of Fame. Now, here's the crazy thing. He may end up in the Hall of Fame. Thank you, Thomas. Yeah, I know that. He may end up there because the criteria of the Hall of Fame has changed. But so has pound for pound. No heavyweight is supposed to be on the pound for pound list. But every time you turn around, you hear Usyk's name. Usyk's a fucking heavyweight. Prior to him, you heard Tyson Fury's name. I'm like, no, y'all really don't even know what the Hall of Fame. I mean, y'all really don't know what pound for pound means. Pound for pound, an ant is stronger than an elephant. An ant. Why? Just look it up. An ant lifts like what? 8 times its own body weight. Can you imagine how strong you'd be if you lifted 8 times your body weight? Think about it. That means what? If you're 200 pounds, you'd be bench pressing or squatting. What? Something crazy like 2,000 pounds, something crazy like that. No, I'm not a mathematician, y'all. It is what it is, man. Pound for pound, an elephant is not as strong as an ant, but an elephant is bigger than an ant. But on his face, you're like, how? What? No. Listen to the question. I mean, listen to the math. Pound for pound, an ant is stronger than an elephant. Can an elephant lift 8 times its body weight? The answer is no. It can't. It can't. It cannot. But an ant, that little ant you see on the floor in your backyard, you'll see a little ass ant pulling a whole grasshopper, which outweighs it by, if it was grown, that grasshopper, if it was like full, like size, like our size or whatever, that's like you pulling a tractor trailer by your mouth. So that's what we talking about. But Joseph ain't showing up. Salute to y'all. I gotta go inside, take care of this business. This is a lose-lose for Tank. You knock out Jake Paul, it does nothing for your rankings. It just lines your pockets and does nothing. All right. Your fanatics are holding on to the hope that you're gonna spin the block and revisit at least 1 or 2 of these faces, that I have there, those guys. But you won't. And what's funny is Tank fans, they couldn't name all of these faces. I'm telling you they can't. But what do I know? How do you want it? How do you feel? How do you want it? How do you feel? Yeah. That's your GOAT. Whatever, man. Salute to y'all, man. Joseph, if you pull up in my comment section, I'll go live again. Let's do it. Bronx on deck.
Move!
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.